All right, Marshall's victory over Rice, 82-65, puts them tomorrow against number 3 seed Southern Miss at 9 p.m. We have head coach Dan D'Antoni and student athletes John Elmore and Darius George, and we will begin with a opening statement from Coach.
Good ball game. Thought we obviously shot the ball really well. It's pretty hard to guard when they shoot like that. It was a good thing about it was we kind of, everybody said we're on a little bit of a revenge tour. Of course, we got a big one coming up, but we kind of lost everybody, and now we're coming back trying to repay some debt we owe. But, Rice good ball club. They played hard. They didn't quit on us. Thought we moved the ball. Got a little sloppy at times with our passing, especially toward the end. We got to be better at that. But defensively, turned them over quite a bit. Took them to the end of shot clocks several times. Thought we did a real nice job. So, kids, young men, I should say, kids to me, but young men will play hard like they played, and stay focused. We got a good chance. And conference has been real tough this year from top to bottom. You got a lot of coaches that have done a great job this year. So got our work cut out for us coming up with Southern Miss.
All right, questions for our student athletes John Elmore and Tavion Kinsey.
Yeah, John, rest was a key for you guys coming down this stretch. And tonight, you and some other guys were able to get out of there a little bit early and rest up. So it's got to work for you going forward, huh?
No, I thought the energy was great tonight. We had that little break, and then we seemed to kind of take it to another gear. These past 5-6 games are what we really planned on doing the whole year, but we had some lapses. We had some injuries, fatigue, stuff like that. So it's been a really bumpy road this season, but I think we're playing our best basketball at the right time, which was our goal at the beginning of the year, is just make sure we're playing our best basketball down the stretch. And coaches have done a great job of taking it easy on us in some practices, getting on us in other practices. So I think we've had a great balance here down this stretch, and it's paid dividends. So if we keep playing like that, I like us against anybody.
John, you were 6 of 9 from 3 tonight, so what were you seeing back there in today's game?
Just playing with confidence. Coach believes in me. My teammates did a great job of just putting me in advantageous situations throughout the game, whether that was screening for me, setting pin downs, or even making kick-aheads. Jared, Tavion, Rondell, CJ, Jansen, I can go down the line. Everybody roots for each other, and I think that's the biggest thing on this team is just the unity, and everybody enjoys each other's success. So when you've got guys like that, teammates like that, when you go to war every day, every battle, they got your back, and it makes you play a little more free, and I think coaches have done a great job with that, just preaching that day in, day out, and it showed tonight, so hopefully we can keep it up.
Tavion, your first Conference USA tournament game, how did it feel to get that under your belt?
It felt good, but it's just, we won that game. Now we on to the next one. It's no time really to celebrate. It was a good win, but we getting focused for the next game. So.
All right, we'll let John Tavion get back to the locker room, and we'll continue with questions for Coach.
Well, they paid me the big bucks.
Obvious question. What did you think of how Iron played?
He's rusty. He looked pretty good for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then he went downhill a little bit. But, it's a project. He's got talent. And, everybody's – and probably my fault that I built him too hard. And he's got work he's got to do. But you know what? You lose 70 pounds in a year. You've done a lot of work. I don't know how many of you have tried to do that and play ball at the same time, but he was 380 in May of this past year. No, June. Yeah, he was 380 in June. It's about 310 now, so that's a job in itself. If we can get him down 280 and get him in shape and get confident, you'd think as big as he is, he would be confident that he's really. We got to build that up and get him places where he can be successful. And,
He really good on that low post move.
He's athletic. He can do some things now. It's not, he just a little bit at a time. a little bit at a time.
Coach, you held their second and third leading scorers entering the game to a combined 2 points. What does that speak about your defense, which gets criticized often?
Well, that's because y'all don't know how to rate defense. You know, you think just because they score a lot of points against us that we can't play defense. You don't think because we rebound. You know, we were number 0 last in rebounds. Now we have the second best, tied for the second best record. How important is that? You know, it is and it isn't. And you know, we get busted. We don't get our dues. Jared didn't make all defensive team. He's leading the league in steals. We lead the league in steals as a team. We're probably second or third or fourth in block shots. I don't know. What do you want us to do with defense? You know, what is defense? We play a fast-paced game that gives teams sometimes some layups, some easier shots because the ball's going like this a lot of times. We play a wide-open offense that sometimes, you know, it'll get ripped down. We take a lot of threes. Sometimes you'll get easy layups. But when you get just to the half-court defense, I'll put us up against anybody. You know, it's just a style of play, and we don't get credit for the defense. A lot like Mike complains about all the time. You know, when we won, we were in Phoenix, won 62 out of 72 games in one rebounding game. So figure it out. But I understand people have been in the game for a long time, and there are times rebounds hurt you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not just thumbing my nose at it, but it depends. What I look at, if you want to look at it, let's see what they did. They had offensive rebounds. What they had? They had 15, and they had how many second chance points?
12.
They had 12. 12's not too bad in a game that's free flowing like us. That's not going to kill us. You know, it's just a different style of game, and we're rated on old style stats. And it's a different game. You know, it's not the same game that I coached when I was in the 80s and the 70s, and stopped in about mid-80s when we started doing this. And it's just a different style game. You coach it different. I was a Bobby Knight guy. You know how that is. Beat them up, block them, tackle them, push them down. You know, I was that guy. I was that coach. I was an idiot. But not that at that time it was the right way to do it, because that's what everybody was doing. But then all of a sudden they put that three-point line in there. These kids started saying we can shoot that, and the court started spreading out, getting wide. Yeah, that changes how you got to play. Changes a lot of things. And Bobby Knight's one of my favorite coaches all the time. So, you know, but it's changed. And, 10 years from now, if I'm still coaching the same way I am today, fire me. I'll probably be too old anyway. But fire
One more
me.
question.
Yeah, well, how are you feeling about playing Southern Miss again?
I got a headache already.
I didn't want to ruin your night.
That damn Doc Sadler. I hope he dresses properly. You know, I started this
Did you see
T-shirt
him
thing.
tonight?
He's carried it a little bit too far. You know, I like Doc. He does a heck of a job. He's done a great job for Southern Miss. It's gonna be a great game. They're hot. They're ones that, you know, you're looking at it. You got to beat everybody to get in the championship anyway.
Yeah.
Might be good that we're playing them early. We're not as tired, and they're a tough team. They're little, they're quick, and they go every which way, and you got to have energy to stay in front of them. And so, you know, probably a good thing we're meeting them early. Could put us out early, could put us over the hump. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jury's out. Let's find out tomorrow night.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep. Thank y'all.